day. My name is Rusell Eastaugh, and I'm here to talk about the changes to the Nigerian tax law that have come out of the recent Nigerian Tax Act and Nigerian Tax Administration Act 2025. Very complex changes and quite a lot of them. But this particular talk, I'm going to be talking about what is a Nigerian company for the purposes of tax and how they tax. But let's start off with what is a Nigerian company. Under the current law that's valid until the end of December, a Nigerian company, a Nigerian resident company, is a company which is incorporated in Nigeria. So any foreign company is not a Nigerian company, and therefore would only be taxable if it had a permanent establishment or significant economic presence in Nigeria. So that's the starting point. The Nigerian company was one that was incorporated in Nigeria. Now, from the 1st of January 2026, get my years right and my centuries, from 1st of January 2026, that will change. The new definition in the Nigerian Tax Act, which says that a Nigerian company is either incorporated in Nigeria, or has its place of effective management in Nigeria, or has its place of central management and control in Nigeria. So to boil that down to something a bit simpler, if it's incorporated or if it's managed from Nigeria, then it'll be a Nigerian company and hence a Nigerian taxpayer, and that'll be taxable then on its worldwide income and gains, which is quite a lot more complicated and onerous than the existing law, and will have some interesting, not particularly pleasant effects on some foreign companies, especially those that are managed or could be seen as managed from Nigeria. So, as I said, the definition of a Nigerian company has been expanded, but there's one other little wrinkle that's worth thinking about. So that's the excess dividend tax. Now, we've got used to the idea that the excess dividend tax is still included in the tax law, the Company Income Tax Act and now the Nigerian Tax Act, and it is still there. But it's done in such a way, worded in such a way, it shouldn't generally have an effect. But one of the times I think it could have an effect is if I've got a Nigerian company that is Nigerian because of its place of management, and it wasn't therefore previously a Nigerian taxpayer prior to end of December 2025, but is afterwards. So if that then declares a dividend after the end of December, then that will not have been subjected to Nigerian tax, and therefore it appears will be subject to the excess dividend tax, which is 30% on the amount distributed, being the amount that wasn't previously taxed. That wouldn't be very nice, and it may be a way of avoiding that, apart from making sure the company is not seen as being managed from Nigeria. Another method might be to actually declare a dividend so that you avoid the problem arising after the implementation date of the new law. Now, if you find yourself in that position, probably some fairly quick work to build a defense file is going to be useful to show why your foreign company, is not being managed from Nigeria, either on a central management and control or a place of effective management basis. And if that's difficult, then perhaps that would be a good time to think how you can change the facts to get over that hurdle and be able to show that it is in fact managed from somewhere outside, so you don't have this Nigerian tax compliance problem. And it goes beyond just the ordinary income tax, but stretches into things like withholding tax on dividends, and for example, so if a foreign company which is seen as a Nigerian company declares a dividend, it'll be subject to the Nigerian withholding tax on that when it pays it to its shareholders. So quite a lot of complexity, quite a lot of change happening. It's one of the more fundamental reforms in the Nigerian Tax Act, and needs to be understood and got to grips with, and if necessary, structures and management arrangements changed to accommodate the new reality. Nigeria.